Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial-free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 011111911.
3 KZOZ.
All right, coming up on the 29th, Heroes on the Water out of Avila Beach is going to be doing a memorial for John Mahler.
Yes.
He recently passed away, a veteran and a San Luis Obispo Elks member as well. He was at the lodge here in SLO. You guys got a great event planned for him. First off, talk a little bit about what Heroes on the Water is, what you guys are trying to accomplish, and then we'll get into what's going on the 29th.
Well, Heroes on the Water, it was founded in 2007. We're a nonprofit organization, and basically we try to help healing the veterans by getting them out on the water, kayak fishing. We cater not just to veterans, but first responders and their families also.
So this is cool. This is kind of like what they've been doing with the surfing out, except for surfing doesn't appeal to everybody. Me being one of those.
Some people don't like sharks,
Yeah, exactly. Get out on a lake on a kayak and heal that way. What are the veterans like? Talk about a little bit about how they benefit from the healing of whatever the lake provides when you're out on the kayak.
Well, sometimes these guys feel like they're, isolated and they're not, able to do anything, or they're afraid to get out of the house sometimes. Even there's a lot of these veterans that are that way, but it helps them, transitioning from active duty to civilian life. It gets them out there with fellow veterans that they can talk to also, to kind of help them with their PTSD. We've had a lot of people do testimonials if you go on our website or if you go on our Facebook page, and you can read a lot of those. But it really does help a lot of these guys out.
So the event on the 29th, are you looking for more people to come on out? And I mean, it's obviously for John, but are you looking for more people to come out that are veterans to take part in the event as well?
Yeah, so what they can do is if they go onto our Facebook page, which is Heroes on the Water Avila Beach chapter, and they follow the page, there is a schedule on there, but there's also, if you go down, there will be sign-ups through Eventbrite, and it's totally free. All you have to do is if you're 16 and over, because we also provide to the families, that they would have their fishing license. And we provide the kayaks, we provide the fishing gear, and, the baits, everything they need, and then we guide them on the water.
I want to show, I'm looking at some of the fishing pictures from Heroes on the Water, Avila Beach, California. And Jeremy, I think you need to go out there and you need to tell these guys that they need to hold the fish closer to the lens, because they're actually honest.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jeff.
Honest individuals. You could tell by the way that
I don't know what you're talking about.
Elbows are at their side and they're holding their fish, as opposed to arms stretched out with the scales right up on the lens. I mean, these are honorable.
I don't know why you care
people.
how people pose with a fish, but a fish is a fish, and I got to tell you, it's always great to catch a fish. I've caught a lot of fish in my life. I've done a lot of fishing, but every single time,
fish in your life,
I catch that first fish, that first day out, back when I'm back on the water, that very first fish of the day. There's nothing like it. And then all the ones after that are great too. But that first one, there is something about it. And I bet it reignites this spark in somebody, right? Rich, you probably see it personally because you've done this event several times with veterans. It doesn't matter if it almost brings a little kid back into you.
Yeah, I mean, I started out actually, I did one of the events at Kachuma Lake as a participant, and after I had done that once, I talked to the head guy there, and I said, hey, I'd like to become a guide because I've been, kayak fishing for so many years, and it was just awesome to be out there, and you see the smiles on these guys' faces. A lot of these veterans are starting to talk to each other. They become really good friends. They keep in contact now throughout all this time, so it really helps you bond with other people. So you can go out. A lot of these guys end up buying their own kayaks, and they end up, calling myself or Andy Dibbern, who is our coordinator, and they'll say, like, hey, can I just come out and fish with you guys, even if you're not having an event? And we will totally do that.
That's great. And you do like kayak fishing tours, like on the side, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so you're very experienced at it. Whether it's dealing with Heroes on the Water or for people that hire your services, does anybody get ever gotten so bossy that you kind of move the kayak around a little bit and kind of get them to fall off or anything like that?
No, I would never do that to anybody.
Okay.
They're on their own individual kayaks. It's not tandem.
I don't. Oh, okay. It's not like there's a guy sitting in front doing all the fishing and you're just providing the motor. That's not how it works.
No, they all have their own individual kayaks. So as of right now,
okay. Damn.
Yeah, we have like 11 kayaks that we can take out, up to 11 vets. Now we also allow people to sign up and bring their own kayaks if they're, veterans, first responders, or whatever. They can bring their own kayaks also.
Well, that's cool. So if people want to sign up for Heroes on the Water at Santa Margarita Lake on the 29th, how do they go about doing so?
Well, they would go onto our Heroes on the Water Avila Beach chapter Facebook page. On the very top, it's pinned up there, and it's the sign-ups for it. I believe we still have about 2 or 3 spots left if they need a kayak, and we have about 7 spots left if they're going to bring their own kayak.
Yeah. Or if you want to volunteer, if you want to help make some meals, if you want to help carry kayaks, clean stuff, just be a part of the day. That's a great place to go as well. And, we always talk about giving back, but now you get to actually go out and go fishing. I mean, come on.
Yep.
How great is that?
Do you guys keep your fish, or is it catch and release?
We're mostly catch and release. If they catch a trout or something like that, and then they want to keep a trout, they're more than welcome to. But most of the bass, we just do catch and release. That's what we push for.
You don't have to, though.
So
if you really want to eat a bass, you can take your bass.
Yeah, we call it CPR, catch, picture, and release.
Take the picture and then release. I see.
Extend those elbows. Extend those forearms. Get it out there a little bit. Make sure the camera gets a good shot of it.
Jeremy's going to be running a clinic 35 minutes before launch, and it's going to be
35 seconds. Extend your arms.
Exercises.
It's about the fish, not you. It's about the fish.
Yeah. Back and forth. Back and forth.
Once again, check them out.
I push that towards them when I do because I also do the safety briefing beforehand. So I show them, hey, hold your hands out.
Yes, that's good to know.
You're such an honest bunch, you fishermen.
Heroesonthewater.org. That's heroesonthewater.org. Or check out their Facebook page on Facebook. It's Heroes on the Water, Avila Beach. Good luck to you. Don't forget the event comes up on March 29th for John Mueller. And you can get more information on Facebook there. So good luck, guys.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOC.com.
Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111911.